Hi YouTube family, welcome back to Charmaine's Kitchen. I hope everybody is doing well. Tonight I'm going to be sharing two amazing sweet recipe, and this is one that my husband can eat every single day, believe it or not. My husband loves Parsad, but he likes when I make it with cream of wheat. So today I'm going to share a version of cream of wheat Parsad. What I am feeling like eating is some Barfi. So in combination of his and her sweet treat, I'm gonna make some cream of wheat Parsad and some milk Barfi. So come on down and let's make this together. So these are two very simple and easy recipe to put together. For my Barfi, I have here some ghee. I'm using pure desi ghee. I have here my powdered milk or milk powder. I have some white sugar and I have some liquid milk. I'm going to be adding some cardamom into mine. You can add whole cardamom. I'm using the powdered cardamom today because I don't want to fish out anything. So with these simple ingredients, let's start putting our Barfi together. So first we're going to add our ghee to the pan, and I'll leave all the measurement and the ingredients I use for this recipe. First, I'm going to make the Barfi because we want to leave it to set. And then I'm going to make the Parsad because that one, once we done put it together, it's going to be ready to be eaten right away. So now that we have our ghee in here, we're going to go in and add our powdered milk. So we're gonna add all our powdered milk into the ghee. Next, we're gonna go in and add our sugar in there and mix while we're adding. So at this point, you want your stove to be on medium heat, and then we're gonna go in with some liquid milk, and this will help everything to combine together. Slowly add your milk and keep mixing. So my husband is helping me to mix this. We're going to turn it about 5 to 8 minutes on medium to low heat until everything starts loosening off from the bottom of the pan and start forming into a nice big ball, or until it starts to get formed. So hubby's helping me to stir because if he don't, then I won't be making his Parsad for him. So this doesn't take long.
See you guys.
Yeah, it's a quick process. So we're gonna go in here and add some cardamom powder. This will really enhance the Barfi and give it such a beautiful flavor and a wonderful aroma. And cardamom is very good for digestion as well. So overall, when you put this into your mouth, it's gonna be very nice, delicious, and the cardamom is going to do something good for us. So it's getting there. It's starting to form up. I'm probably like 4 minutes in the process so far. So we have to keep stirring. So we're in about 6 minutes now and it starts to form up. As you can see, it's going to get a little bit firmer than this. And you'll see it start loosening off from the bottom of the pan. So as you can see, it starts to loose off from the bottom of the pan, and that's when you know this is ready. I'm gonna let it go a little bit more. Everything is forming nicely together, and I have like maybe a minute and a half more before we remove it from the pan. For me, see, it's coming nicely all in one big lump, or all in one big batch together. We're gonna pour this out now. So I just grease a pan with some ghee and we're adding it to that same dish because the ghee is gonna avoid it from sticking on the bottom. And we just wanna spread it out now nicely. Nice and flat, and I'm gonna add some nuts on the top. You can add sprinkles, you can add nuts, whatever you like with yours. And who's gonna fight for the spoon tonight? To decorate it and make it a little bit more appealing to the eyes, we're gonna add some chopped nuts on top there. Usually you would add some chopped pistachios, but I run out of pistachios, so I'm adding some chopped pumpkin seed, and it have that same kind of finish, the pumpkin seed. You can't even tell that that's what I have in here, and it is fall, so I think it goes great as well. So look how nice that is. We're gonna leave it in the fridge to sit by the time I'm making the cream of wheat parsad for my husband. You guys think he deserved the parsad or no?
Yes.
Natalie said yes. So I'm gonna leave this to rest. We're gonna make our parsad and come back to cut this later. To start with our cream of wheat parsad, we have the cream of wheat already measured in this bowl here. I'm gonna add some cinnamon powder. I'm using evaporated milk. I have some brown sugar and of course some cardamom powder. In the pan here, I have some butter. I'm mixing butter and ghee for the same amount of cream of wheat that I'm using. And that's gonna give us a nice moist and really fluffy, flavorful parsad. You can use either one, ghee or butter, but I like the combination of the two. And in this pot here, we're gonna warm up our milk, sugar, and our cinnamon and cardamom. So I'm adding my brown sugar to the milk, and while warming it up, the sugar will melt nicely into the milk. Let's add our cinnamon into the milk. Cardamom powder is going in. This really smells nice, and we're gonna give that a good whisk so everything can combine nice together. Now we're gonna add our cream of wheat into the ghee and the butter. We want to let everything infuse nice and have the flavor of the ghee and the butter. Let's toast the cream of wheat nicely into the butter and ghee so we can get that nice beautiful flavor that we're looking for in a parsad. After a nice 3 to 5 minutes cooking in the butter and ghee, we're gonna start adding our liquid. We're adding a little bit of yellow raisin. You can add any raisin of your choice. And we're adding it in our cream of wheat because it's gonna plump up nicely. You can also add it in the milk, but I just wanted to have that nice buttery ghee flavor that I have in this pan here. So now to add the milk, we're gonna go in little bit at a time because this tends to really splatter up and you have to watch your hands. You can get burned easily if you don't take your time with this process. What the milk usually does, it makes it nice, rich, creamy, and I find that it brings out a nice fluffiness in the parsad. So we're gonna go in with all this milk. The more milk, the merrier. You can add enough sugar to your taste. And you can also add as much raisins as you like, and this is where I'm gonna go in with my cherries, and we have to carefully stir this. My husband is gonna be happy for his cream of wheat parsad, so I'm gonna add my cherries just a little bit along with the raisin. And this is how our cream of wheat parsad look. Very nice and delicious looking. It's so fluffy, it's filling up the pan. I'm gonna remove it and give you guys a better view. And look how beautiful, buttery and nice this is. If you never had cream of wheat parsad before, please give it a try. This is my husband's favorite, and trust me, I love it as well. It is so flavorful, so delicious, and you can have it with your raisins, your cherries, or you can certainly leave it out if you don't like. If you're adding raisins and cherries, be mindful of how much sugar you're going to be adding, because the raisins and the cherries add a little bit more sweetness to it. So just be mindful of that. Check that out. My husband's going to be happy. My barfi is done, and we will do a taste test shortly. And this is our Parsad here. All are invited. Beautiful, nice looking, very moist, and it looks very, very buttery. And our barfi is ready, so we're gonna cut these up in nice little squares. They're very, very delicious, so a little piece goes a long way. And this is my favorite, so let's see. I don't know if I should give my husband any from this one, because he have his whole big batch of Parsad. So we're gonna go back with little squares, just like that, and this one form up nicely. Very nice. And these little squares are perfectly done. I'm gonna show you guys. Once they form up well, you just cut them, and then they come out just beautiful and perfect like that. So look at these babies here. Perfectly done. And that's my barfi tonight, guys. Very easy and simple, and it takes no time at all. Once you leave it to sit and form up for a bit, that's all it takes. These are perfectly done. And here is our beautiful looking barfi. I made 2 sweet meat in no time at all. And these are so perfect. It's my favorite, and I don't even want to bite into them. How nicely they're done. So I'm gonna leave the ingredients for you guys. Please try it out. They are so easy and very delicious to make. And here is our 2 sweet meat. So this was my request. This was my husband's request. And believe it or not, half of this is already gone. How good it is with the cream of wheat. So I'm gonna go in for, since this was my favorite, I'm gonna go in for a piece. I wanna show you guys how beautiful this is. Let me break this piece in half. Look how nice, beautiful, rich, and decadent this is. I'm gonna take a piece. It is late, so I'm gonna take a piece now, and I will enjoy mine better tomorrow. It is actually so moist and so fragrant. You guys have to make it. It's just so delicious. So perfect with that cardamom and the ghee in there. Please, when you're making it, do not leave the ghee out. The ghee adds that rich barfi flavor that give it that unique taste. Oh my goodness. I was thinking to finish this tomorrow, but I guess I'm gonna finish it tonight. So another piece for the viewer. And guys, I'm so proud of myself for that. And to go in for my husband's request here, I'm gonna take some of this. I like the cherries in here. It looks beautiful and it tastes very nice. I like to have mine like this, and it is still warm. Make a little ball like that. So moist. The texture of the cream of wheat biting into the cherry and the raisin. The richness from the milk and the flavor from the cardamom and the cinnamon is just a nice, beautiful sweet meat that will satisfy your mouth. So guys, I don't know when last you made these sweets, Parsad and Barfi, but I hope I inspire somebody to make some this week. It's very easy and very simple. I did 2 of them in one video. Saw how quickly I did them, and this here is so good. So thank you all so much for watching. Thank you for your love and your support. Take care. God bless. Love you all. Bye for now.